here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh! Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Dweck.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it at Auto Club.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader, known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey Street Fairs. You can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
Slight technical error. I'd like to apologize for that, but here we are live for the Affinity for Gaming 100 at Atlanta Motor Speedway, BTDY Contender Series, getting ready to set it off. They called it Atlanta Dega in the schedule, and I assume it's because these guys are riding wide open around this entire track for probably a good portion of their run. However, it's 100 laps, race 13 out of 20. I'm excited to bring you, I just got back from Texas. I'm excited to bring you guys flag to flag coverage here on VSPEED. I'm your host, Bradley Cooper. Eric Hutton has been on a hiatus. I don't know where Eric Hutton is. If anyone knows his whereabouts, he's been on milk cartons for the past 3 weeks now. Anybody out there in chat knows his whereabouts, tell him that we are still live and broadcasting. We've just changed addresses a little bit. So a little bit about Atlanta Motor Speedway. It used to be a symmetrical oval that was purchased by the owners of Charlotte Motor Speedway in 1998. They rearranged the front stretch, and here we are. We sit with another cookie cutter track similar to Texas, similar to Charlotte. That offset dogleg makes for some great finishes. 2001, excellent finish with Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon. We've had a lot of to-the-line finishes at this place, and tonight should be no different. So we bring up your qualifying times. Nick Gardner is going to start on the pole with a 32.135. Excellent job by the 16 car to put it up front. Jeremiah Vincent, 0.03 of a second behind him. We've got a pretty decent sized field here tonight. About 20 cars or so, depending on who grids and who doesn't. Track's going to be hot and sticky though. 100-degree track temperature, air temperature 75. They're set to wrap up qualifying here. Let's take you through your grid. All right, here we are sitting on the front row. Nick Gardner's going to start on the pole. Jeremiah Vincent to his outside. Let's go back one row here. And, well, apparently my buttons are broken. I'm trying to cycle through the grid here. Here we go. Just a little delay. We've had some technical issues. I think it's my my buttons. But we got a 31 of Alexander Pelican in third, 54 Daniel Cunningham in fourth position. His button's delaying again. I don't know what's going on. Anthony Pelican starting fifth with Alan Dice in the sixth spot. Thomas Brindle in seventh position. Eighth spot's going to belong to Justin Carey. Eric Lambert and Michael Newman will be row 5, rounding out the top 10. Timmy Emanuele in the 11th spot with Dennis Faircloth in the 12th position. Nathaniel Ostrowski in 13th. Brett Salmers 14th tonight. Kyle Payne 15th position. Cody Yack in 16th. Dallas Sullivan 17th. Had a lot of comebacks this season. Nick Starling in 18th. Kevin McGarvey in 19th position. Lane Salfridge 20th. Kyle McGarvey 21st. Robert Gilmore 22nd. That will complete your field for tonight. Here we go, getting ready to go green. I think they're going to delay the green one lap here. It said not going. They might have delayed it for me. I don't know. But the lights are still on the pace car. Hopefully we can get everything sorted. TV overlay for iRacing is malfunctioning tonight. I think it's because I overwrote the previous settings I had. And it's just not liking the new ones. But we'll figure it out. Over time, it'll probably cooperate with us, hopefully. As we watch Nick Gardner go around one more time. 16 on the inside. Oh, 9 car. Looks like he might have lost power there for a second. Or he's just reminded Daniel Cunningham of what he's going to see the entire race. He's going to keep that 9 car in front of him. I'm not sure. All right, Nick Gardner's had a phenomenal season. I can't wait to see what he does here tonight. He's got 2 teammates right behind him on this start. Atlanta Motorsports has been really competitive this year. So it should be a good race for them. All right, pace car pulling off this time by. 16 car Nick Gardner getting ready to hit the loud pedal. VSPEED bringing you live. BTDY in their Geico restart zone, and there they go. Affinity for Gaming 100 is underway. Already Nick Gardner, Alex Pelican, Anthony Pelican getting straight into the line. Going to work that bottom part of the track. 34 car. Thomas Brindle down on the bottom as well. Looks like these cars kind of float up towards the outside as they're coming a lot of momentum here. Jeremiah Vincent gets pinned up on the outside. He's going to lose a few spots. You can see him. He's trying to get to that bottom. There he goes. The 34 lets him in. Daniel Cunningham also stuck up there on that outside. Camera angles have been a little wonky too. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if it's iRacing or if it's me, but we had a great camera angle there as they came across the start-finish line. Nick Gardner leading this pack. Seems like the bottom's where you want to be here, as we got a little contact between the 9 and the 98. Vincent trying to get position on Anthony Pelican. He is really side drafting that outside right now. Inside line seems to be prevailing. You have to go back to almost the 10th position to find anybody side by side as they work through 1 and 2. You got on the outside. You've got 3 different guys. Emanuele seems like he's stuck up there on the outside. The 8 car as well. That's Cody Atkins. These guys are pinned up there and they're trying to make gains, but I think this track slows down and scrubs so much speed on that outside that you can't really tandem or work a line like you would at Talladega. As you see some of these guys starting to struggle. And then you've got guys that are all the way in the back, seem to be sandbagging. We got the 7 car, Nick Starling, and he's just kind of riding in the back, taking his time. Right on board with him in the gyro camera. He's currently being scored 22nd right now. But he's not lost a pack at all. And really, you see, oh, we got a little bit of issues going on here. Got a lot of issues, and the 39 car is around.
Even some fuel whenever you can, but doing a really good job. Tell me about your race car when you can.
We had a wreck on the back straightaway. Let's see if we can sort this one out. A lot of buttons are broken here. Let's see if we can sort this out. I'm trying to get these buttons to work correctly. Something's definitely dead wrong here. This happened about mid-pack or so. We were riding on board with the 7 car of Nick Starling. Not sure what happened here. Instant replay button took me way too far back, I guess. Well, I have no idea. All right, well, we're just going to fast forward. I can't find the accident, but I know it happened on the back straightaway. We had a couple cars that dropped down on the apron. Jeremiah Vincent was down all the way on the bottom of the apron, and that checkup seemed to mess with the 68 car. A few different drivers got involved in that. Looks like Kyle Payne's got a little bit of damage. Well, I just want things to work right here, chat. I just want things to work. So we got Let's Go, the 19 and the 40 cars. There's the 19 of Eric Lambert, currently being scored in the 10th position. Hasn't gained or fallen out. And then we have the 40 car, Robert Gilmore. Started 22nd and has worked his way all the way up to the 12th position. So he's on the move. So he started dead last and is probably the biggest mover in this race so far. All right, they're doubled up. We've got the 16 car and Nick Gardner getting ready to go green again. Pace car pulls off. Here we go. V-Speed trying it again. Lap 10.
Green flag.
There they go. Nick Gardner, Alex Pelican side by side. That outside line didn't prevail last time. You see a couple different drivers stuck up there, and that's going to be the 16. He's going to let him in. 98 let him down there. We got the 21 stuck up on the outside. Justin Carey. Show you how much of a gain these guys get on the inside line. You see Timmy Emanuele down there. 21's going to sneak down to the bottom. Emanuele trying to get down there. He was down to the bottom, and now the 21's to the inside. Justin Carey's going to make a move for the 4th spot. Jeremiah Vincent behind him, probably going to follow suit. We've got a few different cars that have kind of worked this magic on the bottom. You got to race this place like Talladega. The mindset here, very close-knit racing. If anybody makes a mistake, it could cost the whole field. Bottom row, really tight. There's Eric Lambert. He scored in the 8th position now. Was 10th just a moment ago. He's picked up a couple different spots. He's trying to peek to the inside of Daniel Cunningham. I'm interested to see if this thing falls off and if you can still run it wide open after about 15 to 16 laps or so. If these tires get too hot. We've got a lot of guys out here that can put down a long green flag run, but when you're running it wide open, it's really tough to judge. You see the 31 of Alex Pelican peeking to the outside for just a second there. Might be trying to breathe this thing a little bit. He's right up on the bumper of Nick Gardner right now. Timmy Emanuele trying to make a move on the outside. He's got the 12 of Newman behind him. Salfridge in the 77, the Sommers in 71. We've got two different cars up here on this outside line. that could probably help. But it's going to take a few laps for this outside line to prevail. A lot of laps left to be ran. 16 coming up on 17 now. Nick Gardner's led all of them. Hasn't let down at all. Started first, running first. Picking up some bonus points. He got a lap led if he can lead the most. But he's got a hungry car behind him. Alex Pelican knows how to get around these places. I believe in you too, Buttons. I believe in you too. I think we got him working quite right this time. Just like the 16 car is working really well. He's out front. Got the clean air in front of him. Second spot, Alex Pelican, Anthony Pelican, Timmy Emanuele. It's really close for 4th, 5th, and 6th position. 12 car and Newman. He started in the 9th position, currently being scored as 5th, and he's on the outside of Justin Carey. Maybe a little bit of momentum starting to work here for the outside line as Emanuele goes to the outside of the 98. '39 car working his way up there. He's got a little bit of drafting help right on his bumper. Almost some contact between the 39 and the 21. Carey bobbled a little bit on the apron. Now the 39 makes another bobble by the 21. He's getting a little bit too low in those corners. That inside line is fast, but you got to be careful. It's very deceitful where these corners end, and that apex can sneak up on you. 21 to carry. He's got his hands full right now. He's got Jeremiah Vincent, Timmy Emanuele hugging the inside. Side by side as they go through 3 and 4. I tell you what, these tires have got to be falling off. We got about another 10 laps or so on them now. I look for some of these guys to start prevailing on this outside. They might get a better run down the backstretch. Emanuele all the way up to the outside wall. These guys are not lifting at all. You can hear it in these machines. Wide open. 21 car carry. Now a little bobble into the entry. And Vincent on the inside. Little contact. Vincent is going to get tagged. He drops down to the apron. Cunningham has to check up hard. That was almost a disaster. Oh, we've got a wreck. 12 car Newman's going around. 39 car Vincent holding it open.
Caution.
And there's the yellow. 12 car
You did a
Newman.
good job. You want to give us an update on that card?
We had a lot of issues there on that front stretch. 12 car Newman all boxed up. Let's back up and find out what happened. Buttons, I need you to work correctly this time. All right, materialize here in about turns 3 and 4. There it is right there. Emanuele gets a little loose. Then the 12 car gets some help. Sommers gets around. We had cars bouncing all over the place. 42 hard into the 12 car. Big check up there, but the 12 gets the worst end of the deal. Let's take another angle at that. These guys were pushing around in 1 and 2, and it was really close all the way through. So we're right with that 42 car on board. Just really tough to judge it here. On pit stops. $16 car out and away. 31 car is going to beat him off pit road. Oh, it's going to be close. I think at the line, the 31 car is going to get it. Yep. It's going to be the 31 of Alex Pelican winning the race off pit road. 16 of Nick Gardner is going to fall back a position. 98 of Pelican lost a couple spots. He's got Justin Carey in front of him. A good in and out for Carey. Couple different position changes here in the top 5. Alan Dice has worked his way up to the 5th spot, or 6th position, actually. Thomas Brindle started up there in the top 5. He's in 7th. Cody Atkins, 8th. Robert Gilmore, Dallas Sullivan. That'll be your top 10, but another big mover. Selfridge finds himself up in the 5th spot. I think after all that organized chaos on the front straightaway, some of these guys benefited more than others. 8 car looks like he had a little bit of damage on the back end of it. So we get ready to double up here. We'll get a look at it from the 40 car. Yeah, you can see up there on the right-hand side, 8 of Atkins has definitely got a paw print in the back of it. But here we go. 20 car is still on the lead lap. Dennis Faircloth in that 80 machine is going to be the last car on the lead lap. He's coming back off pit road, trying to get some of that damage fixed on that Toyota. You can hear him clutching it. He's trying to save a little bit of fuel. But we're getting ready to go green. 31 car. Alex Pelican going to lead him off this time. Going green. Second caution of the race. Lap 28. Getting ready to go back. It's green flag racing, and the 31 of Alex Pelican. 16 of Nick Gardner, your pole sitter. There's the green flag. Nick Gardner lagging back a little bit. He's got the 98 of Anthony Pelican getting ready to push. Those two guys trapped on the outside. Justin Carey down there on the bottom, right where he wants to be. He looks to pick up a position. 3rd spot, 2nd spot. Really close, and now Nick Gardner left out to dry for just a moment there. Anthony Pelican says, "I can't help you, buddy." But Nick Gardner's going to try to do it on his own. Here he goes to the outside. Gardner's got Dice on the back bumper now. He drops down to the bottom. 98 car graciously lets him in. Alan Dice on the outside now. He's got Cody Atkins pushing him. Atkins thinks better of it. There's a bunch of gaps there. If the 5 car could get down to the inside, this would be the time. 71 car not giving a lot of room. There's the 5 car dropping down to the inside now. Bottom seems to be the preferred line. We've got a car checking up there for just a second. Salfridge touches the apron. That benefited the 5 cars. Now Dice is all over the back bumper of the 98 and the 16, but we've got the 31 and the 21 pulling away a little bit. A lot of shuffling around here for this top spot. 16, 98, here they go with the push. 16 car making a big move. 98 car, Anthony Pelican pushes him up to the front. And Nick Gardner back to P1 through 1 and 2. A little bobble there. Alan Dice is going to follow on the outside. They are clear. And just like that, we've got a lead change on lap 32. Nick Gardner back to the front. Anthony Pelican, definitely the cause of that situation. Pushed him all the way up there. Alan Dice is going to be able to hold on for a couple more laps, I'd say. He's going to have to drop back to the inside. He tried to follow that line up there, but those guys had one hell of a line, one great head of steam, and they're able to get to that P1. Nobody else has been able to do that here tonight. And if I'm Nick Gardner, I'm going to be shaking the 98's hand after this race for getting me back up there. We've got some racing going on back here mid-pack. 40 car. 8 car. Side by side. Robert Gilmore, Cody Atkins. They've since settled down. We've got the 46, Daniel Sullivan. He's trying to hang on to the top 10. Daniel Cunningham to the inside. And look at this big mover right here. 7 car. Nick Starling started 18th, up to 12th now. Side by side, this is mid-pack for about the 10th position. Atkins is trying to get by the 46. The 7 cars on the outside pushing him. 16 car has his clean air again, as he would prefer. And the top 3 is dialed in. 16 of Nick Gardner, 98 of Pelican, 31 of Pelican. Justin Carey is the odd man out right now. You see these cars get a little bit of a run on that inside with the draft, but if you take it to the outside, you're probably going to lose that momentum. Once that draft's gone, it's a Walmart bag in the wind. It slows down tremendously. But they're still side by side. Dice, Thomas Brindle. Dice is working that outside. See the 34 Brindle's got a little bit of right side damage from that earlier accident on the front stretch. But that machine's still holding up pretty well as it sits in the 6th position. That just shows you how much faster this outside line or inside line is compared to the outside. Lap 40 out of 100. Hopefully we can get a green flag run. These guys will have to pit. See what these tires will do after a 40 or 50 lap run. We had a fuel race last week. Sullivan, Carey running out right at the end, right at the line. Would be exciting to see another finish like that. But coming around for lap 41, Nick Gardner. He's led the vast majority of this race. Found his way back up to the front. Alex Pelican beat him off pit road, but that 16 car is just built different tonight. As he's got the whole field behind him as we approach the halfway point. Robert Gilmore being scored in the 7th spot right now, just behind Thomas Brindle. Brindle bobbles the apron a little bit. 40 of Gilmore has to check up slightly. Trying to line these machines up, get them rolling. Maybe get some momentum and make a pass. It's going to be tough. The inside is so strong, and the 34 Brindle has a little bit of right side damage. Doesn't seem to be affecting him too bad. Nobody else has been able to get around him yet. We got Dallas Sullivan up there on the outside in the 46 machine. Band-Aid car trying to roll. He's taking a really high groove there. We've still got a few of these guys that are lagging back a little bit. 80 car. He had some pretty substantial damage. You can see how much of a draft track this is tonight. As anybody with damage is currently falling back through the field. But Faircloth is going to be scored in the 17th position. Excuse me, 15th position. And he's got the whole field in front of him. 46 car into the wall there, right in front of him. Sullivan just tagged it, coming out of 2. Now Atkins all over that back bumper. I would say with about 5 to go, you're going to see desperation. These guys will definitely push it 3 wide at Atlanta. I don't know if I'd like that or not, but could make for an exciting finish. These guys can make it out the other side. It's easy to go into the turn 3 wide. It's coming out the other side. That's the problem. 16 and Nick Gardner's got this thing under his belt right now. 47 laps into this race, and he's probably led about 43 of them. Laps led for the 16 car tonight. And he was on point from the start of this thing. Alex Pelican in the 31 has led 6 of these laps. Not sure who the other leader was. I don't think Justin Carey, I don't think anybody else really got any laps led here today. But here they come up on a lap car. That could shake things up a little bit. This is a 68 machine. Kyle Payne stuck up on the outside. Looks like most of the field is able to clear him. He's up next to the wall. He tags it again. That machine just doesn't want to turn. It's got some aero issues. Somebody we haven't talked much about. It's Nathan Ostrowski, and he's sitting in the 18th position currently. Started 13th tonight, but he's fallen back a little bit. Having a tough time here in Atlanta. But I tell you what, you can see this front tandem of cars carry all the way back to Salfridge. We've got this top 5 running away from the rest of the pack. They've ran directly in line with each other. And that draft has allowed them to push all the way up to about a 1-second lead over the 6th position of Thomas Brindle. And there's a pretty big gap starting here. We mentioned some of that damage that Brindle had earlier, but I think the tandem of cars in front of him is just, that's most of the reason that these guys have been able to pull away. That's a pretty big gap back to Lane Salfridge. And I'd say if that 71 just stays in the wake of these cars in front of him, they'll carry him 3 or 4 seconds before they have to pit. Well, we've passed the halfway point. Nick Gardner looking good right now. Anthony Pelican in 2nd spot. Alex Pelican 3rd. He's got the teammates with him. Justin Carey in the 4th spot. Lane Salfridge 5th position. Back to Thomas Brindle. Alan Dice, a little mix-up going on back here. 34 car lost in position. Now Dice out here on his own island. He's trying to chase these boys down. He's got a 1.5 second gap back to the leader. But he is starting to trim away at that a little bit. 5 car has it down to 1.3 seconds. And I'd say he's caught the draft a little bit. That 71. Nightbot was a little slow on the tender hot, but I got it. I'm tender hot, I'm quick. Tender hot, if you like racing, you should come check out VSPEED on YouTube. Hang around, hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. I'm going to assume you're not going to do that, but for all the rest of the people that are actually humans, if you have not hit the subscribe button, you don't know what you're missing. VSPEED goes live Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. 3 different leagues. BTDY Premier Series goes live at 8:25 Eastern Time. Make sure you turn on your alerts so you never miss a single race here on VSPEED. So we're going to hit the quick hiatus button. We've got Nick Gardner as your leader right now. He's led the vast majority of laps. 51 laps led. No one's going to touch that. Most laps here for the 16 car. He's got a very hungry machine behind him of Anthony Pelican. But we're going to take a quick commercial break. And we'll be right back with you, BTDY, right after this.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader, known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey Street Fairs. You can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today. Had a yellow flag come out. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. The 40 car all the way down to the bottom of the track. Let's go back one more time here. We've got the 40 car. Robert Gilmore running all by his lonesome here. As they come down the back straightaway, something goes dead wrong with the 40 and the 00. Caution comes out on lap 62. This field group back up pretty tight. 40 car just doesn't know the 54's to the inside. He gets turned to the inside wall. Slides right up into the front of the 00. Let's go back one more time and ride on board with that 00 car. Nowhere to go. So caution number 3 on the speedway. Looks like the 00 machine is going to be out for tonight. McGarvey's going to be done. 40 car probably not going to be happy after that as well. He's got a lot of damage on the back of that machine. But on lap 62, here they come, back around. We also had a lead change there, 98 car. Anthony Pelican able to get around the 16 of Nick Gardner. 31.5 also passed him up. Alan Dice up there in that top 3. Lights are out on the pace car. We're getting ready to double back up.
Yeah, what are the odds that you run into a teammate that far back, especially after he hits the inside wall? Tough break for both those guys. We might see the 40 car come back out on the track. He's pretty stuck down there, 00 trying to get around. But both those machines are pretty much done for the night. Front end of the 00 completely gone. But let's get up here with the 31 and the 98. These two get ready to square off. It's been kind of common this season. We haven't seen it for a couple races where these two are going to be there at the end, but I think it's going to be different this time around. As Anthony Pelican gets ready to lead him off. Inside line, Alan Dice. Justin Carey, outside line, Alex Pelican, Nick Gardner. Nick Starling up there in the 7. This should be interesting, folks. Geico restart zone, and there they go. Green flag is out. We're back live. Affinity for Gaming 100. 65% of the way done. And Anthony Pelican wasted no time, but we've got a turn. 16 car. Big wreck. Coming into 1 and 2. 16 cars around. Most laps led, but tough break for the 16 of Nick Gardner. That machine is totaled. Couple different guys. Newman involved. Daniel Cunningham also torn up. We only got to turn 1, and these guys already bringing out caution number 4. Let's go back and take a look. Here they go. Nick Gardner down on that bottom. He gets Alan Dice in the back of that machine. Let's go back one more time. Alan Dice right on board with him. Gardner's going to cut down here into 1 and 2. I think he thought he was clear for a second. And he wasn't. Maybe a little net code there. Go back one more time. You can see the 16 car just bobbling a little bit. He slides up into the 39. The 54 gets a bunch of that damage. The 19 car as well. We'll go back one more time and look at the 19 on board. These guys hadn't even made it to 4th gear yet before this all happened. Out on the racetrack. We get a lot of cars out of it tonight. Your pole sitter, Nick Gardner, going to be done for the day. Started on the pole, currently being scored as 14th. Another guy, tough break. Daniel Cunningham started in the 4th spot. He's got it down in the garage area. 19 car, Eric Lambert trying to get it back out there. He started 10th tonight, being scored in the 14th position. But tough break for Nick Gardner. As we were just getting underway. Lap 67, this thing was more than halfway done. Most of these guys just had to bring it home. The field pretty spread out there, and then we had that yellow, grouped them all back up. Cars go about 300 feet into turn 1, and caution number 4. We've had 3 lead changes tonight, 4 cautions. Weather stayed about true here. Track's actually cooled off a little bit. But we're doubled back up. Pelican brothers on the front row. Alan Dice, Justin Carey, Nick Starling, Lane Salfridge, Dennis Faircloth, Cody Atkins, Nathan Ostrowski, and Dallas Sullivan, your top 10. Let's run on board with Dice here for this restart. Alan Dice, one of those guys that has a decent finish every week, but is yet to get a podium in the right position here with about 30 to go. Front end of that 5 car, it's got a little bit of damage. Green flag is out, and here we go for the 4th time live. VSPEED. BTDY Contender Series 98 car gets one heck of a jump back to the inside. This field stays pretty grouped up. Single file down on the bottom inside line. Nick Starling sitting in the 5th position trying to catch up to these guys. Anthony Pelican leading them through 1 and 2. We're starting to get a little bit of a gap here to this second group again. Big move down to the bottom for the 9 car. Jeremiah Vincent finds a hole, puts his car in it. Here they come off the dog leg, lap 71 now. All over the back bumper of Cody Atkins. Atkins has got a little bit of damage there. He got the 71 of Salfridge also with a little damage. And now the 9 car going to peek to the outside here, 3 and 4. He's all by himself. Let's see if he can make a move. To the outside for the 9 of Salfridge, trying to get up in the top 5. Party is here. The party bot. Here we go. Salfridge, high line, gets around the 71. He's got him cleared. There is a hole. He can go down to the bottom. He's going to stay up on the outside. He's going to try to pass the 7 of Starling now. All by himself to the top 5. 19 car and 71 almost make contact through the dog leg. Vincent trying to get P5. Starling holding on to it. 9 car is going to drop down to the bottom. Get the draft up here on the back stretch. Here he goes back to the outside again. He's going to be side by side at 3 and 4. Lane Salfridge up there for a little bit of a push, but he's going to drop down and close the door for the 9 car. He can't get back to the inside line to get that run again. If it doesn't work this time, he can lose a lot of spots. Big run off of 3 and 4. Salfridge trying to get back up there. I know he's got a little bit of damage, but it is possible. Starling tucked right up on the 21's bumper now. You can see the side-by-side battle still going on. Lap 74. Vincent, Starling. They haven't given up. 9 car going to tuck back in. Here he goes again, trying to build up that momentum. Down to the bottom. He has to check up a little bit. Checking up even harder. Single file, that bottom line is fast. Now back to the outside again. Off at 3 and 4. Let's see if the 9 car can make it work. He's trying to fit it in that hole. It wasn't there. Alan Dice coming up to the outside now. Now we're going to look at 3 wide. Into 1 and 2. We've got the 5 car of Dice taking the 19. The 8 car. Caution is out. Big wreck. We were 3 wide into 1 and 2. The 5 car of Dice getting involved in that. He's toast. As he hits the outside wall again, has to lock it down. Let's go back and see what happened. Caution number 5 here. Cautions in it. But there they are, coming off a 3 and 4. You can see the 9 car. He sees a hole. He's going to stick his nose in here. 3 wide. It just gets really tight. The 5 car didn't know he had that much momentum. It's right on board with the 9 of Vincent now. Nine car was coming. You can see the momentum he has on this front stretch, and he just has nowhere to take it. He tries to fit in there. Starling's on the bottom. He has no room. The 5 car just didn't see him coming. Thomas Brindle involved in that. Tough break. The 68 car, who's had enough trouble tonight, he's also involved. Kyle Payne. That's going to be caution number 5 here. But you got about 20 laps to go when they go green. I don't think we've seen the end of that, Bovine. I don't think that's the only 3 wide we're going to see, but that 9 car was coming with a vengeance. It looked like he was going to work his way up into the top 3 if that momentum kept going. Unfortunate, Alan Dice out for tonight. He's going to park it behind the wall. We've got a lot of guys with some damage here, too. The 80 car. Faircloth. 39 Emanuele. There's a lot of cars with a lot of damage. Probably about half this field has gotten involved in an accident at some point tonight. Is it a full moon tonight? It was like the Spanish Inquisition. Nobody saw him coming. So here we go. Lights are out on the pace car, getting ready to double up again. Anthony Pelican going to be on that inside. Alex Pelican, no, he's going to switch it up. He's going to run the outside for the start. Nick Starling, Justin Carey, Nathan Ostrowski quietly sneaking up through this field. And he's one of the cars with very little damage here tonight. I see Nathan Ostrowski has a possibility at a podium here tonight if he can keep it clean. But this top 3 has been pretty much the same. Nick Gardner getting shuffled out. Unfortunately had some damage, gotten in an accident. But other than that, it hasn't changed much. Justin Carey on the inside. He's going to have to close the door. You know the 31's going to let Anthony back down to the inside. Here we go, bunching him up in the Geico restart zone.
Green flag.
Green flag is out. There goes Anthony Pelican. Big jump on the outside. He's going to drop it down to the bottom. Here he goes. Anthony Pelican down at the bottom. Alex Pelican second. Justin Carey trying to make way. 7 car Starling has Dallas Sullivan on the outside, right on the bumper. Thought we were going to see a push there for just a moment. How about that 12 car Newman? All that damage on the back of that machine, and he's still holding his own. He's running in the 7th spot. 7 car Starling trying to make headroom. That outside line has not prevailed all race long. But here he goes, Justin Carey trying to break that momentum. 7 car on the outside, off of 3 and 4. He has a good run. Starling trying to get up to P3. He's got Dallas Sullivan, last week's winner. Right up on the bumper here. Dallas Sullivan's got to feel all alone. He's the only Mustang on the track. He's pushing the 7 hard. They're making some way, though. It's got the 7 on the outside of the 21. He's got a nose over him. The best run's coming off of 3 and 4. Here they go again. Trying to tuck it in, get that side draft as he gets the run off of 3 and 4. It's really close to tell, but the 7 could drop down to the inside if he wanted to. 98 of Anthony Pelican. He's got the clean air in front of him. 31 of Alex Pelican pushing here. Pelican brothers have dominated this race. They've kind of been dictating where and who. And as we get closer and closer to the finish, we're coming up on 15 to go. Who's it going to be? See Justin Carey, Jeremiah Vincent making another run at it. Now he's to the inside of the 7 car. We saw him working his way up through this field earlier in the race. He made it all the way up to the top 5 and then ran out of track to drive on. That tandem of the 46 and the 7 is coming, though. These guys working really hard, trying to get around Justin Carey. You see a little bump draft there down the backstretch, trying to push that 7 up next to him. Here they come off of 3 and 4. It's close. But lap after lap, that inside line just prevails a little bit more. Jeremiah Vincent might have lost some of that momentum, or he's trying to sit back a little bit. He can't make the run on the outside like he was earlier. 98 and 31 are working pretty well together. Anthony Pelican working that bottom line, and Alex Pelican just behind him. Here comes the 7 car. Big run this time. Dallas Sullivan, Nick Starling. They're up there side by side with the leaders this time around. Is the outside line finally going to prevail? 10 laps to go. Lost a little bit of the momentum here. You see a change up here by the 9 car. He's got shuffled out. Now's the time when the 31 and 98 start to push a little bit harder. Hug that bottom a little bit more. Let the 31 breathe for a second. Side by side off of 1 and 2. 7 cars got his nose right next to the 98. Nick Starling trying to get up there. He's got a lot of help. 3 different cars pushing. Locked right on the rear bumper of the 7 as they cross the line. Starling going to be scored P1 and lead a lap here. It is really close off of 3 and 4. Everyone's abandoned that inside line. You can see this tandem of cars is broken away. They're pushing harder than anyone else right now. Dallas Sullivan shoving that 7 car. Trying to get him across the line here. As they go into 1 and 2, it's going to be a door slap. 98 has a bumper full of the 31. This spread is so wide. We don't know who's going to hold it down to the bottom. As the 98 kind of breaks the momentum of the 7 and the 46, and that's going to let the 31 regroup with the 12. Newman might have a chance here to get to the outside. We've got a car spinning back there. 68 car, Kyle Payne hits the outside wall, but he's going to keep it off the racing surface. We're going to keep going around. Coming up on 5 to go. That outside line did all that work and it broke up. 21 to carry. Oh, we got a turn. 21 hard in the outside wall. 71 hits him as well.
It's all on you, man. It's all on you. You make the call here.
Big wreck for the 21 of Justin Carey. I don't know that we need a replay. We saw it all live, but let's go back again. We had that outside line kind of break up. The 21 thought he was going to go up there and maybe get a push from the 7. He definitely got a push. Watch the 21 as he comes off of turn 4. Dance right across the hood there, the 71 car. We'll go back one more time. I think the iRacing God just smiled upon Lance Alfridge, because he hit that 21 pretty much square in the door here off of 4. Wow. Tough break for the 21 car. Justin Carey having such a great race. As you can tell, we're running out of cars to race with. You've got this tandem up front that's been working well together all race long. They're clean, 98, not 31. The 12 of Newman with no rear on the car whatsoever, trying to get around. The 7 of Nick Starling. So Pelican, Newman, Starling, Sullivan. And I'd say of all the tandems of cars that have run here tonight. The 46 and the 7 have the best chance to get up there. They just got to get hooked up right. So a tough break for a lot of these guys here tonight. We've had a few drivers that have been up towards the front and have found themselves behind pit wall. Sommers, McGarvey. Both the McGarveys have actually found themselves in the garage area tonight. That was a hard outside hit. Someone does need to check on Justin. But here we go. We're doubled up, getting ready to go green. 4 laps to go. We do have green-white checkers if it comes to that. These guys are going to have to be really careful. We've already seen a couple guys get turned because they thought they had room. Pace car's off. Here we go to the Geico restart zone. 98 of Pelican going to lead them off, and green flag is out. 4 laps to go, 3 now. '98 of Pelican wasting no time, getting down to the inside in front of Alex. Newman's holding up the field a little bit. Selfridge getting a little touch by the 9. Jeremiah Vincent trying to get that 71 car up and going. Maybe a return of the favor here as we have the 7 pushing the 46. 2 laps to go across the line. White flag next time by. Does the 46 and the 7 have the magic to get up there to these leaders? 9 car, Vincent touches the 7 car, and he's sideways through 1 and 2. We've got the 54. We've got a couple of different cars wrecking, and we're going to hit a green-white checker.
Like somebody was keying up on your radio just a few minutes ago. 10-4.
Caution number 7. We had a little touch here by the 7 and the 9. 7 car drifted through the corner. He hits the outside wall. Then the 54 car gets turned by the... I can't tell who that number was there. Let's go back one more time and see if we can find out who turned the 54. It was the 19. He was just trying to get through it there. Right on board with the 19. He tried to dodge him, just nowhere to go for the 19 car. This 68 car, I think he's been involved in everything tonight. Indirectly a part of every accident. But he's able to sneak by this one. But we're running out of cars here. We approach the green white checker, getting ready to go. Caution number 7 flies. 3 laps left. We were on 2 to go. White flag was in the air, getting ready. We have over half this field with damage now. Some of these guys with damage that thought their race was done and over with. Like the 12 car in Newman right now. Michael Newman finds himself in P3 with pretty considerable rear damage. If we get on board with the 71 car, the whole back end of that 12 is missing right now. And it's still able to hold up there with those leaders. He's making it work. Completely ignoring the fact that half of his car is missing. 98 going to start on the outside again. This has worked well for these two. Kind of able to dictate the start. He can drop down to the bottom. So Anthony and Alex Pelican going to do it one more time. Will Alex Pelican try to make a move in 3 and 4? Leave his brother out to dry on the exit. If he's going to start that move, I think he needs to start it on the backstretch and let that momentum fall off. He's definitely going to have to take it to the outside. But based off of where they're restarting, I think it's going to be more of the same until they take the white. Pace cars off. Geico restart zone. Here they go. 98 taking the green. There he goes. Big jump. And the 12 car pushing hard. He knows that 31 sandbagging a little bit to let the 98 down there. Here they go side by side. Lane Salfridge. Jeremiah Vincent pushing hard down the 1 and 2. 3 wide here with the 9. Here they come off at 3 and 4. Oh, we got a hop there. I don't think we saw the end of it. There it is, all the way down to the inside wall. 9 in the 80 car. Faircloth. Yellow's out.
What can we do to try to help it if we do get another restart?
Oh my goodness, the 9 of Vincent. The whole front end ripped off that machine. Hopping all over the place. We just got an instant replay right off the bat. The 80 of Faircloth. There was nowhere for either one of these guys to go as we were 3 wide coming off of turn 2. Let's back it up a little bit more. You can go back and see this restart. You can see the 9 of Vincent pokes his nose right there in the middle. He takes it 3 wide off of 2. There's just nowhere for either one of these cars to go. Yep, we had the camera on and we ran out of cars to put the camera on. Let's go on board with Faircloth here. He's down on the bottom. He sees this move happening. Hard look to the inside wall. And man, that 68 car dodged another one. Kyle Payne has been dodging them all race long. So I've lost track. We're going to have to bring it up there on the race recap, but 8 cautions tonight. 5 lead changes. Kyle's going to end up in the top 10 if he keeps going. He's still out there? Is that 21 car? Are we talking about Kyle Payne? 68 car, that's what we're looking at. Yeah, he's gonna come back off of pit road in the 13th spot. It's looking like he might pull off a top 10. He's on the lead lap. He's had a rough race, but I think after all is said and done, a top 10, that would be respectable at this point. Just finishing it all. I think if you're half the field right now, just finishing the race is its own challenge. All right, green, white, checkered. One more time. 98, Anthony Pelican. 31, Alex Pelican. Michael Newman, Dallas Sullivan, Lane Salfridge, Nathan Ostrowski, Eric Lambert, Daniel Cunningham, Nick Starling, and Thomas Brindle. And no, I'm not naming the cars that are still on the track. I'm naming your top 10. Pace car pulls down. Geico restart zone coming up right here.
Ready, green flag.
'98 going to drop back down. We've got the 80 Faircloth back there. On this restart, he's trying to get back up there in that top 10. Vincent moving up to the outside line. This tandem of cars pretty broken up. Here they come for the white flag. We've got a lot of action in front of them. Dallas Sullivan, Nathan Ostrowski, Lane Salfridge. There's the white as they cross the line. 98 car leading this thing. 1 lap to go, down to the bottom. Alex Pelican might leave him out to dry. Let's see if the move happens. He's going to have to start it on the backstretch. He chooses to just keep shoving as they go into 3. 98 cars got it right. Disappears for a brief second there. But here comes the 31 on the outside. They touch, they door slap. There's the 31 across the line, and the 31's going to get the win. Alex Pelican right off at 3 and 4. At the last second, makes the move and takes the win away from Anthony. Your winner tonight, Alex Pelican. Excellent finish for this guy. What a finish. Let's go back. As soon as he gets done burning it down, he's going to take it to the infield grass and just rip the sidewalls clean out of these things. Excellent job by the 31. Let's go back and look at that. Here we go, side by side. Here's the move off of turn 4 at the last second. We need to shape this up because that was close. That was very close. 31 car shoves him out away from the field a little bit. Gets up to that outside. 98 car clips a little bit on the exit. And then here they come off of 4. Gives them a little door touch right there. And perfectly done. Perfectly done. 31 car. Able to get it done tonight. Alex Pelican, your winner. Second position, Anthony Pelican. In that third spot, Dallas Sullivan. Last week's winner, last race winner. With the 31 car, ripping it through the grass. All right, we've got the post-race interviews to get caught up on. We're going to get your top 3 up here in the booth. BTDY, Affinity for Gaming 100 has concluded. We're going to pick up your top 3 right after this.
Oh, big wiggle.
Here comes Lyle using the bottom sack car closing in behind.
And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A push for the 33. Two
It's a
in
drag
row.
race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
All right, we've caught up in victory lane with the 31 car. Alex Pelican, what a finish there. Waiting till the last second to make that move, and you got him by 2/100ths of a second. Alex Pelican, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
So you pushed him all race long. You waited till the very end to lead a lap, and you had a couple different teammates there in front of you, and he kept starting on that outside and dropping down in front of you. Was it all part of your plan there towards the end?
No, not really, honestly. Literally made the decision when I jumped out to the outside to off at 4.
Well, we saw him blink a little bit, and that might have broke the momentum. I don't know if that changed your line a little bit watching him blink, but it was interesting because we did talk about it. We had the 2 green-white checkers, and I knew you could make the move, but I thought you would start it a little bit sooner if you were going to make it.
Yeah, I honestly thought I was going to have to start it a little earlier, but I figured why not give it a shot. And what's worse happens, we finished second where we were riding all night.
Well, it was a heck of a finish, man, and another great finish. You and Anthony both have been side by side for a lot of these races, and it's always came down to the last lap.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely fun, racing with someone is going to race you, somewhat clean, I should say. And I mean, I think we're just so close to each other and skill level and speed that it makes it that much more interesting.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight. That's going to chalk up win number 3, I do believe, for you this season. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's victory?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the dialed in boys. Anthony for everything. Michael for help push. Nate, Nick, Brett, Dennis, who wasn't here tonight. I'd like to thank everybody with the league that helps put this deal on, and thank you for broadcasting it.
We appreciate your time, man, and I look forward to talking to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Race winner tonight, Alex Pelican, getting it done. Let's go on to your second place finisher, Anthony Pelican. He betrayed you, man. He betrayed you. It was the last lap, and then last turn, he just went on by.
Yeah, I wouldn't so much call that vitriol. That's fair game at that point. He did everything he needed to as a teammate to get me all the way to the white flag lap, and dialed in racing. We have a saying white flag, anything goes after that. So he got me there, and all I can say is we came home second, 1, 2, 4, I think, for dialed in. We'll take that.
Well, you did a heck of a job in an unfortunate circumstance with the 16 tonight. I know you got the most laps led. I think it was part of the game plan. You three were kind of dictating the restarts and pretty much the top three all the way through.
Yeah, that was kind of the plan. It worked for a good while there. Unfortunate, Nick got caught up in something. I believe it was net code, to be honest, and took him out of contention. But me and Alex just finished what the three of us started. So, good day for dialed in.
It was an excellent day, and you did a heck of a job. Anthony, was this thing just wide open the whole time?
If you were leading, yeah. If you were kind of the second car or third car in line behind somebody, just lifting a little bit, save tire. You could run wide open if you were back there for probably a good 25 laps, but once you got past that, you had to lift a lot. So just lifting a little early, save tire, kind of lets you be more consistent throughout the whole run.
Well, congratulations on second place. And hey, man, you're looking good in points. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife, my daughters, Dakota and Bristol. I'd like to thank you guys for doing an awesome job on the broadcast. I'd like to thank everybody over at BTDY for putting on a great league. Everybody over at Dialed In for being awesome racing teammates. And anybody out there that's watching, hopefully you guys come back.
We appreciate your time, Anthony. We look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you. See you then.
All right, there's your second place finisher, and we have Epidemic Mike. I think it auto hid that. I don't know. If this was my channel, I would show it. But yeah, I don't know how you got involved in 5Rex and still got a top 5 out of that. I have no idea. We got your third place finisher, Dallas Sullivan. We caught up with him on pit road. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, Brad, I do. How you doing?
Hey, man, we talked to you there a couple weeks ago. I went to Texas, came back, and you're still finishing in the top 3. So it's still going well for you, right?
Yeah, man. I just pulled it out again. Another podium finish tonight. So kind of a lesson in wreck avoidance throughout the evening, but just use the brake pedal a little bit and somehow managed to be there at the end.
Well, we saw a couple different guys make their run towards the front, but it seemed like once they broke that top 3, everything got stagnant. Or we had some accidents too that, you know, just guys that hadn't been running up front all race long and they get caught up in some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's run from the last, I don't know, 60 to lap 80. I had fresh tires and I was pushing Nick. And we were hooked up pretty good, and I was able to get to his back bumper immediately when we got out of the turns, and just it seemed like that was the only time the high line was working. Of course, at the start it was just a complete mess, but later in the race that was the only time I saw it. But it's a little bit harder to drive than it looked. A little bit more lifting out of the throttle and being smart with your throttle inputs and making sure you're not too tight on exit. It's deceptively tricky track to drive considering basically super speedway.
Yeah, it ran a lot like Talladega. It looked like you guys were wide open unless you were, third or fourth back. You had to do a lot of lifting, but take us through. We had the 7 car of Starling in front of you, and then it was vice versa there towards I think it was the first green-white checker. Do you think that you guys could have cleared the 31 and the 98 tandem?
I think Nick could have if we had a little bit more time. I was almost overheating, or I was overheating, and I had to back off a little bit with it was like 8 to go. And I was hoping I would be able to cool off enough to build a run on the last couple laps. I don't think both of us could have gotten clear. I think it would have only been Nick, but if we could have got to that point, it would have been nice to just kind of see what happens. I think he was able to lead a lap or two. I was able to get him out front through the tri-oval, but yeah, it was tricky to get it to work on the top. It just a little too tight, and then I just didn't have the momentum to really get in front of that bottom line.
Well, nonetheless, man, you guys were one of the few that made it work on the outside, and you did a hell of a job just driving that thing. And you got anybody you'd like to thank for third place tonight?
Man, thank you again for the broadcast. Happy again that you got yourself on VSPEED. Shout out to Affinity for gaming for sponsoring this race, and I think they're on my cup car on tomorrow night. Shout out to my mom and dad watching back home. My cat's helping me in the pit road calls, and hope to see you again next week.
We appreciate your time, Dallas, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks,
next
bud.
week.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, there's your third place finisher, Dallas Sullivan. It's been one heck of a ride, guys. I enjoyed every lap of it. I know it was a little caution heavy there towards the end, but it was a great race nonetheless. If you guys enjoyed this broadcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button. VSPEED, we appreciate it. It helps us out tremendously. Next week, we're going. Let's bring up the schedule. Contender Series schedule. There it is right there. We just finished up this week at Atlanta Dega, as they call it. Next week off for Halloween, and then it's Simulators Anonymous 100 at Homestead. 11/7. And guess what? 11/14. Sailor Tarot Magic 200 at Richmond. That's my birthday, the 14th of November. So I'll be broadcasting on my birthday. Hope you guys can make it out. We go live at 8:25. Next time, catch us the Premier Series at BTDY. Some of the same names going to be squaring off at 8:25 Eastern Time. That's PM. Until then, guys, I thank you for your time. Appreciate you all coming out, hanging out with me. We'll see you next time. Until then, take care.
Oh, big wiggle.
Here comes Lyle using the bottom south car closing in behind.
And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh! Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Swack.
A punt for the 33.
It's a drag race.
The